Hello, my indigos and crystals. We're going to talk about DNA activation. DNA activation is very, very important for indigos and for crystals because it allows to remove our blockages and allows also to growth in our ascension path in our lives. Um, the DNA activation is very interesting because when you practice it, um, it removes the energetic blockages that are within your higher self and also within your consciousness. So actually help us to get closer to God and to the universe and its energies. And one of the main benefits of the DNA activation is consciousness expansion. Okay, you will become more aware as a benefit of everything, like the purpose why you're here, why you incarnated at this point of the history of the universe. You're gonna become aware of more things that others cannot feel or see. Your empathic abilities are gonna also to grow and increase, and it's gonna help you to find out who has a hidden agenda around you. It's gonna help you also to be more truthful in your actions and in the way you speak to others. And your dormant brain is going to start becoming more active, especially through your pineal gland. Okay, so that's helped you to start tapping into your seven higher senses, and you will be able to use it through a daily practice on most everything that you do in your life. You will start to see how your body is just a vehicle and a form, and you can understand the changes that come within your body and also understand how to let go when the moment is right, and what's the process that you have to go through in the universe. The DNA activation is also good for our physical body because it helps us on detoxing our cells and our body in general, our organism, and also can help us to bring to the surface all emotions and wounds that have been hurting us for a long time. So you can actually release them. And actually you can release them so this won't cause disease like cancer, bacterial diseases, etc. And that helps through the that comes through actually the DNA activation. It allows you to stay more confident and secure yourself, and that way you're gonna project it to others, which allow you also to have better relationships and allow you also to trust and learn to be reliable for your soulmates. So what type of healings happen when you have a DNA activation? Well, spontaneous healing can occur anytime, especially when they have to do with physical and emotional disorders. And after the activation, the purification process starts. And there have been many people who actually can even heal from cancer or from any type of depression or psychological and psychiatry illnesses. You might wonder, well, why is DNA activation so important now? Well, because we are directly connected to the Earth. That's why we call it Mother Earth. We are the baby and the Earth is the womb. And we form an energetic imprint as the child of Mother Earth, and everything that we do affects her and everything that she does affects us. So the earth is actually our outer body, and our energetic anatomy um, is connected to Mother Earth through the chakras, through the meridians. When we go to certain vortexes like Sedona, Mount Shasta, Egypt. So as you can see, everything is influenced and everything works as a perfect watch between Mother Earth and us as indigos and crystals. So actually, the DNA activation allows us to be able to vibrate in other dimensions, okay, in the 12 dimensions of consciousness, and we can then unblock our DNA, because we have a physical DNA and a spiritual DNA, and we're talking about the spiritual DNA. So we can unblock it, so we can bring light into our field in a natural way, and of course that light is gonna have a positive effect on Earth. So we have the ability, if you look at it in an interesting way, of actually regenerate our original DNA imprint, both in the physical and in the spiritual world. So that's why we have 12 strands of DNA in the physical world and 12 strands in the spiritual world. So as we continue through 2011, 2012, 2014, we start getting deeper into the ascension cycle. And that's why DNA activation is so important. Because if we have energetic blockages, karmic imprints, DNA distortions, auric attachments, unnatural energy seals, then you're not gonna be able to speed up that process between you and then generate the right energy to go into a higher frequency. So actually the higher frequencies are gonna deteriorate you because you are not ready. So you might have physical problems, mental problems, and even spiritual problems. So that's why by raising our frequency through DNA activation techniques, we can bring more light into our lives, into our fields, and we can have a positive effect on Mother Earth. So that's why actually I call it DNA activation a spiritual activation. So I suggest that in the coming weeks you pay attention to our future videos about meditation techniques and learn more about DNA activation, so you can let that light come into your life and allow that light also have a positive effect on Mother Earth. Love and light.